Hi, I'm Dr. Tomik Sam, and welcome
Speaking R, the language of data science.
by Pact Publishing. I'm currently working with R on machine learning, where we have multiple fields of data and are trying to predict what will happen. It is now smarter than me, by which I mean able to predict better than me, even though I created it. My PhD is in theoretical physics, generalizing a computational method, capturing topological properties, allowing us to determine things for the first time. A wonderful mix of computers, algebraic topology, differential geometry, and physics called geometric discretization. I then joined a startup, Corval, where I use Perl, doing data visualization with GNUplot. This is where I first heard of and installed S, though it seems strange and I didn't get around to using it. I then analyzed stocks and shares, creating and testing models, until the crash, after which the markets just didn't seem to make sense. So I turned to football, which was market independent. I didn't care what moves the central banks did, as well as online education, using video, which is world-changing, leading to 2 YouTube channels, Leaving Cert Maths Guide for schools in Ireland, and the Quant channel on finance and data science. My passion is working on hard problems and helping people. This course consists of 3 sections. In the first, diving into R, we look at getting and setting up R from the web. We then get RStudio, the associated IDE, which is what we use throughout the course. In particular, we create packages. This means that files in a project are kept in a separate directory so that we don't end up with a mess. In the next section, it's programming as usual, we begin by looking at how similar R is to what we already know. I programmed in C, C++ before. We can use variables for numbers and strings here as well. We can set variables, add them, use loops like for, and conditional tests like if. So we can easily port over our previous experience to R and be rapidly productive. After this, we move on to more advanced features, some things that R can do which I couldn't do in other systems. Here we can work with data frames, for example, which are like databases, working with complex collections of data of different types. We use mini projects, which we need to use various bits of R to solve. In the final section, we look at statistics, which is where R came from. Again, we begin with simple examples, which we are familiar with, before moving on to more advanced, showing data visualization, for example. There are a few requirements for this course: a computer with internet access to be able to follow the lessons. R and RStudio do not require much. A single core and 1 GB is more than enough, unless you're working with large datasets. Some programming experience is beneficial, since it can be applied to R and you can hit the ground running. By the end of this course, you'll have a good understanding of using R to do things, be able to work with data, perform data visualization, and most importantly, be ready to dig deeper and specialize. This is the Launchpad. There are over 10,000 packages in R, making the state-of-the-art available in whatever you do. You only need a handful to do what you want. So for me, that was machine learning and random forest. But we cover the essential core here, so that you can express yourself, speak in R. The possibilities are endless.